Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This segment's being brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. I'm doing a series of spotlights with remarkable business brokers and intermediaries from across the country. And joining me on this segment is Michelle Webster. She's a broker and agent with Business Brokerage and Finance LLC out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Michelle, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Michelle, tell us a little bit about your work and specifically tell us who are the types of clients that you specialize in helping.
I help people buy and sell businesses and commercial properties. That's the bottom line, short, simple. I don't specialize in any one particular area. I've done everything from doggy washes to marinas to auto repair shops, restaurants, you name it, transportation companies.
So one of the motivations for creating this series of interviews was just the lack of information out there in regards to selling a business today. So how prepared are the business owners when they reach out to you to sell their businesses? What have you found their experience level to be?
Well, a lot of them have never done it before. They've never bought before. They've never sold before. And so there's a real education that needs to take place. And they have no idea what to expect. So usually I send out a due diligence checklist, things that a buyer might or might not ask them for, and try to help them with the resources that they need, legal counsel and accounting if they don't have that, and just all kinds of other resources.
Since they are not experienced in selling a business and they don't really know what to look for, what are the things on their minds? What do you hear most often are their biggest concerns?
A lot of concern about seller note, promissory note. They don't want their business back. They're 70, 82 years old, and they don't want their business or their commercial property back. So making sure that the buyer is well qualified, not only financially, but has business acumen.
How soon or how far in advance should a business owner start preparing their business for sale? And what kind of things should they really be working on to prepare their business?
Ideally, when you're doing your business plan, when you're starting your business, you need to be thinking about the end of your business. So I say, right when you start it. However, that's not how it happens normally. So 5 to 10 years out, you want to be thinking about, okay, are my books and records in order? Is my equipment up and running? Do I have any UCC liens? Who's going to take over my business? And is it going to go to a family member? Can I sell it to my employees? Am I answering your question, Mark?
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of concerns on their mind. What are some of the, we have the internet now, so I'd imagine a lot of people are maybe Googling how to sell a business these days, and we have no idea what kind of information they're getting. Have you heard any myths or misconceptions? What are the biggest myths out there that float around?
That there will be no tax consequences for selling their business.
Tell us about that. What do they think about that? What are they hearing?
It's like, what? I have to pay capital gains tax on them. I've been sweat equity for years and years, and then I have to pay money to the government or the governments for selling my business. That's a sad fact. So that's why an accountant, a CPA, legal counsel, setting up your business right up in the first place is really, really important.
So, we're coming out of this pandemic. People are wondering, is this a good time to sell a business? What have you seen in your experience out there? Because we've also heard that there's a lot of people in the great resignation that are looking to work for themselves and buy businesses. What's the market been like by you? And what's your experience been?
I'm totally swamped, which is good. Lots of buyers, lots of qualified buyers, and so, lots of sellers as well. People have held on. They held on in 2008, to get over that hump, and now they're holding on again. And then they had, excuse me, they had, then they went back out to market, and now, the sellers are going back out on the market. So it's very active, I would say, both on the seller and the buyer end.
Michelle, what got you started? Like, what inspired you to become a business broker and intermediary? How did you get in the field?
Well, it was by accident. I had been through 6 acquisition, takeover, mergers, receiverships, working for the corporate world, and so I have a small consulting company. So anyway, I was doing some project management. One was for a commercial real estate agent, straightening out an escrow account, and at any rate, one of the people that were working there said, "Hey, why don't you be a business broker?" I didn't even know what a business broker was, but here I am since 2006, being a business broker and a commercial real estate agent.
Right on.
So I think the motivation is just because I was an employee that had been through that. And so I want to make sure that, we can save as many jobs and create as many jobs that we can.
Before I ask you my last question, Michelle, is there anything that I didn't think to ask you that feels important to share to business owners that are considering selling in today's economy?
Yeah. 2 to 3 years before you're ready to sell or before you're ready to retire, make sure you have your ducks in order. And probably the most important thing is have a plan B, because you don't know when your time's up. So make sure your wife or your loved one or your dog or whatever, somebody has your back and is able to, when in business, keep that business going, at least until somebody can take over. Have someone know where your passwords are. Have someone, a trusted person, of course, and it can be your legal counselor, your CPA, if you don't have anybody. But just make sure that you're prepared. We never know what's going to happen to us, and I think the pandemic has taught us that.
So, for folks listening that are considering selling their business and they know they need to get their ducks in order and speak with someone, and if they'd like to reach you, Michelle, how do they find you, connect with you, and learn more?
Yeah, you can Google me, Michelle Webster, Ann Arbor, Michigan, and that usually puts me there. But they can call, or let's do the email. It's Michelle, Michelle, at bbfbrokers.com, and that's boy Frank. Brokers is plural.com. And you can find my telephone number on our website, bbfbrokers.com.
This has been terrific, Michelle. I really appreciate you taking the time to share with my audience today, and I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Thank you. And I really appreciate you sharing information with buyers and sellers. It's so important that that education gets out there. You can do a lot of good work, Mark. Thank you.
That was Michelle Webster. She's a broker and an agent with Business Brokerage and Finance, LLC, out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. And this segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals and business owners get their books done and published to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for joining me.